This week's Parsha, Parshat Noach, has two distinct stories in it. The story of the generation of the flood and the story of the generation of the dispersion. And the question is asked by many people, why are they put in the same Parsha? They seem totally unrelated. But the truth is, at the end of the day, that they happen to be two separate manifestations of one core problem. And that problem still exists very much so today, and it's something that we need to study and look into because it's specifically very important going now into the month of Cheshvan, which starts today, Chodesh Chodesh, by the way. So the problem in the generation of the flood, as we are told, is that the earth was filled with chamas, and this was theft. The people would take not just property that wasn't theirs, but any woman they wanted, any rights that they wanted. They would take others' dignity. They took things that weren't theirs, and they only served themselves. They weren't serving God. They looked after their own interests, and they did not have faith in God. Because one who has faith in God knows that you do your hishtadlut, your effort, and you don't go ahead and take other people's things. Every person is created in the image of God, and you follow God's will, and that is taking care of one another and respecting what is theirs and not yours. And the generation of the dispersion, they came together as one unified people with one unified purpose, with one unified language, and they said, "Come, let us build a tower up until the heavens and make a name for ourselves." Now, what they were trying to do was they thought, they can fix this problem, the generation of the flood, and ensure their future by doing what they were doing. The thing that they were trying to do was they saw that each man for himself led to destruction. So they said, let's unify with one purpose and one language, and let's ensure our future by building this tower into the heavens. Now, those people were not stupid. They did not think that they were trying to build a physical structure and reach the heavens. And we know this because it says that they built in the valley of Shinar. And if they were trying to physically build this tower up to the heavens, they wouldn't start from the lowest point, which is a valley. They would start from high up. What they were trying to do when they said to reach the heavens and make a name for ourselves was they were trying to replace God. Their name was to replace the name of God, meaning that the skies would be the limit. They would come together with one unique nation with one unique purpose, and they didn't follow God's command, which was to disperse and conquer the earth. Instead of doing that, they came together and thought, if we are unified, if we are one, we can replace the one true God. That's how to do it. To be one, to be equal to God, and then they didn't have to worry about consequences and destruction like the flood, that they could build their own future. So obviously this is a lack of faith in God as well. In both cases, they both thought that they can ensure their own future. In the flood, by each man taking what he wants, and in the generation of the dispersion, by if they all came together as one, they could not worry about God's will either and secure their future. So this is very important for us going into the month of Cheshvan, where we're coming out of all the holidays and we're going into the real world, and we have to somehow manage. So there are two problems that exist. That also the core issue is faith, is emunah. People can either say, I'm going out into the real world now. I don't have the community. I have to worry about myself. And, if what I have to do to get along is against halacha, I got to live, I got to thrive. And they will go and they'll do things that are not necessarily in line with what God wants because they have to get by. And so when we do that, that's a lack of faith, because if you have faith, you do the right thing and you trust in God at the end of the day that everything will work out. And the other thing that we do, which is like the generation of the dispersion is sometimes we think, and we're very guilty of this even as Jewish people, that if we unify our will with that of the greater society, if we band together with what they think is right, then we're securing our future, which never has worked out for us in history. And another way we think we might be securing our future is building our towers to the sky, so to speak, meaning people who will keep building every single day to increase their bank account, which is their own personal tower, thinking that they're going to secure their future by building and building and building and saving and saving and saving, and then they don't have to worry about their future. This is also a great mistake, because at the end of the day, our future just depends on God. Anything can go awry at any moment, and we can't rely on our own building of bank accounts and whatnot to ensure that we have a future, because our future lies in the hands of God. So of course, yes, we have to do our hishtadlut. We're going out of the holidays into everyday life. We have to, God wants us to do this. God says, go out and conquer. He gave us most of the year is everyday life because this is our job. This is what he wants for us, to go out and to conquer. But in doing so, we can't do what the generation of the flood did. We have to still take care of one another. And we can't do what the generation of dispersion did by saying that, if we just, keep building, 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 and just unify in any of what society thinks that will be securing our future, because we've aligned with them and we've built up our bank accounts, that's not security for the future either. We have to do our hishtadlut, go out, conquer, work, do our jobs, but do it in the right way. Do it in an ethical, moral way where we take care of each other and still have our faith in God and do what's right and make this world a better place. So let's do that. Chodesh Tov, Shabbat Shalom. Hope to see you next time for Lach Lecha. Take care.